Hi, it's Dr. Taylor Burrows. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. This is where you're going to learn everything you need to know about the vetting system in order to find that ideal partner for a relationship and ultimately a marriage. Today, I'm going to break things down for you into a very easy to remember process, something to just hold on to and apply whenever you're meeting somebody. Now, not all of you are single, but this is going to be helpful for you even as a little refresher, like something to kind of put on a post-it note and keep you on your toes so that you're always mindful of some fundamentals that you can never, ever let slip. But going back to the singles now, you need to just make sure that at a minimum, get all of that sort of over-analytical, nervous energy, like pros and cons list, like all of that tedious stuff that you have rolling around in your head trying to figure out if someone is right for you. I want you to dump it. Just dump it. And stick to this simple approach to vetting. All you need to do is establish that the person is healthy, that the person is happy, that the person is stable, and the person inspires you. So I'm going to tell you why. Obviously, happy, right? Like if a person is just genuinely happy, then you don't have to do all the work to make them happy, which would really make it hard for you to feel like you could be yourself, for you to feel like you could trust that the relationship is running on its own. You're going to feel like you're going to carry them in order to have a positive outcome, right? Like you're going to be always on and entertaining them, like you're trying to prove something to them when it's not even your responsibility to make them happy, right? So definitely establish whether they're just a happy person in and of themselves in their own right. You definitely don't want to bear that burden. Now, obviously, happiness is not a permanent fixed state. It fluctuates, right? Like we all have negative emotions. That's not what happiness means, the absence of negative emotions, but you need to learn how to navigate that and to just have a genuine temperament to default to appreciation and gratitude and making the most of situations and enjoying yourself, right? Life is a gift. So you want to look for someone who has that, even if they're, if it's a man and they're rather stoic, that's okay. Like you're going to see that they're a happy person by the way that they behave and how they act on a daily basis, regardless of life stressors. So that's number one, happy. The other one is healthy. So what are they like overall? Are they mentally healthy? Are they emotionally healthy? Are they physically healthy? Financially healthy, spiritually healthy, healthy in their family, like in all the ways that you can think of? Are they at least at a baseline of health? And this doesn't mean you shouldn't date people who have some kind of chronic illness or disease or condition, but generally speaking, again, you want them to have the ability to take care of themselves. You're not trying to date a child, a dependent, right? Like, yes, if you are going to marry them, you're going to have vows and you're going to be committed to them in sickness and in health, but not at the start. So make sure that you are combining into a relationship, combining a fully grown, healthy, and capable, competent adult. And also you want them to be able to inspire you to be better, not to have to sort of struggle against their bad habits, right? Like nobody's perfect, but you at least want their intention to be towards being better, being healthier, self-development, growth, all of that productivity, right? So that's also very important, making sure that they're healthy. Now, the third one was stable. So it's kind of already embedded in the health, but I just say it again in a different way just to make sure that you hear this message. Do not date someone who is unstable. Okay? Someone who is mentally, emotionally unstable or financially unstable or in any other way unstable is a big red flag. I see this all the time because they'll be so attracted to them or they'll be so attached to them that they bypass looking at this glaring flaw that this person has. and they sort of, they just want to wash it over and overshadow the bad stuff with the good stuff, but it doesn't work that way. The stability needs to be established first and foremost. So don't wear rose-colored glasses. Don't, have wishful thinking. You really need to be logical about this and understand that it's not going to magically fix itself, right? And especially because you're accepting such low standards to begin with, it's definitely not going to reinforce itself spontaneously, magically, right? So you need to figure out if they at least are willing and capable of putting in the effort to establish their own stability first. Now, the last one is they have to inspire you, right? Like if they don't inspire you to be a better version of yourself, if they don't inspire you in a way that like you respect them and admire them, and if they don't inspire you to see them as the future mother or father of your children, and in essence, that means that they don't inspire genuine desire from you, then you shouldn't be investing in dating them, right? That's the magic of it. That's the chemistry, but it's beyond like the physical chemistry. It's really that spiritual chemistry with someone where you feel just a connection. It's like, that knowing feeling like, I want that to be the father or mother of my child. That's my future wife or husband. I could see myself with them. I just really look at them and you light up. Right? That's the chemistry that really matters, not the temporary, superficial butterflies and infatuation and lust and all that sort of stuff. I mean, butterflies are real. They happen when you have genuine chemistry with someone. But I think people forget about this, the shallowness of the superficial infatuation and how it dies off. It like is a fast burn, but then it burns out quickly, right? So you want to get to the depth of someone, and knowing who they are and who they're becoming is really important. So going back to the 4 points, they've got to be healthy, they've got to be happy, they've got to be stable, and they have to inspire you. So what I want you to do is, instead of getting so in your head and getting ahead of yourself and trying to force it into a dating situation, just be curious, get to know people, try to understand who they are. When you're meeting someone, you don't want to come to the table with preconceived notions of who you think they are and then use like a confirmation bias. Like if you hear a little tidbit of information, I knew it. They were like this or she's like that. That's not going to be effective. So you need to be curious about who they are and clarifying if they are those things. If they're a good person, if they're happy, if they're healthy, if they're stable, and if they inspire you. And then if they pass those, then you can say, you know what? I really am genuinely interested and I genuinely desire them and respect them. This is someone I'm going to put my all into and invest into a relationship. And I hope that makes things a lot more simplified for you, because I know it's confusing as heck out there. So don't fret, stick to the basics. Write it on a Post-it note. You can comment below. I can answer your questions, but definitely practice it and put it into action. So that's all for now. Ciao.